Hello, hey friends. Who is out there? I hope everyone's having a great weekend. And of course, I've been relaxing and reading, and just some things have been coming to mind. I've been getting a few questions, so that's why I wanted to jump on and talk about it. So, if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, say replay, and let me know where you're watching from so I can say hi. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. And this is something, hey girl, hey Megan, this is something that I've dealt with and personally, and then now I get a lot of questions about it. So, and also, if you share, comment share, so I can give you a shout out for that because I appreciate it. Hey Erica, how are you doing? So here's the topic, right? And this is a question I get and a question I had. So you are brand new to your business, or you've been doing it for a little while and maybe you're not seeing like crazy success like you have anticipated or whatever. So, and what do you do about that? Because you want to promote yourself, you want to get people interested in your opportunity and your product, but maybe you haven't had that much success yet, and that's kind of hard. And I remember dealing with this myself because most of you know me being brand new to this business. Period. Like I've never done any direct sales or network marketing. And then also like I was a really slow starter, right? And I was watching all these people like just blow it out of the park, and I'm like, okay, so when's it my chance? How do I show people that this is a good opportunity when I haven't had any success yet? Okay, so let's talk about that. So the most important thing to do is just make sure you're staying consistent and you're not being super discouraged and like deciding to take breaks. That's a very important thing. So when you're working your business consistently, like if you that shows something, because you're still doing it. The worst thing ever, the way that looks the worst ever is when you decide to quit. You just want to keep quitting and join a different company and join a company here and join a company there every three months. Like, who's going to want to join you there, right? Well, like, oh, this isn't working for me, so let me go and try to sell this thing. And this, is not working for me after a month. Let me go try to sell this thing. That is like a huge red flag. No one's gonna trust you, because the most important thing to get people to, follow you is you need to have credibility and you need to have trust. And you are not seeming credible, like a credible person, when you're, promoting thing after thing after thing after thing after thing. Does that make sense? So that's the most, consistency is key. So here's a couple other tips. So you're joining and you want to, promote your business, get people to join this amazing opportunity, but you haven't had personal success yet. You haven't had personal success. Well, how about using people in your organization stories who have had success? So for me, when I was in the beginning and I had no clue what I was doing, I remember sharing my upline success and like how it was working for her. And that puts some credibility to your organization, your business, whatever you're doing, because there are people out there and like, hey, I'm new, but listen, my upline, she just paid off her student loans. My upline, she just retired her husband. A girl on my team was able to buy a new car or whatever. Using those stories, and some girls on my team are great at this because like use my story, use your upline story. There are people, so maybe it hasn't worked for you yet, but you still want to have someone that's credible and a story from someone who has had some success. So share other people's stories. This business is all about storytelling, and if you're on my team, I hear that a lot. You collect stories from people, you share those stories. Talk about, the teacher who was on your team and she was successful. Talk about, the stay-at-home mom. Like, you don't have to have crazy success, share other people's and use that until you can, reach your goals or whatever. So you should be able to sell another leader's success in your organization. Leverage their success to help you. All right, here's another key. So I can guarantee, or I'm not going to guarantee, I can bet that you've been successful somewhere in your life, right? There's probably been some time where you've went through a hard time, or you've reached a goal, or you've done something like that you didn't think you were going to do in your life. Well, when you got through that, that is a part of your credibility now. So you can share that. And like I said, this is all about being, having that credibility. So share like weight loss, if you lost some weight. One thing that, I talk about a lot is, getting through, addiction. That is something that I wear, because that was, and I didn't have anything for a while except for that accomplishment. Maybe you got promotions at work before, bachelor's degrees, anything just that it shows that you have gone through something and you have been willing to do whatever it takes before, and that puts you again as being a credible and having that credibility. So I can guarantee if you search, you have something in your life where you've got through some hard times. And so share that story, and that gives your opportunity some credibility too, if you're new and you don't have that much success yet. So if at the end of the day you feel like you don't have a good leadership story, or you feel like you don't have a story from your past, sell your own goals. What about your goals? Talk about what you want to do. So that's what I remember doing at the very beginning when I started, is just I would say that. I would be I'm not happy where things are right now. And I know it might take time. It might take 2 years. It might take 5 years, but I want to be able to travel. I want to help my husband with his citizenship. I want to get my felonies pardoned. Be very specific. I want to be able to not need food stamps. Those are very specific things for me, and I talked about that. And people can really connect to your own specific goals, and you need to tell them and I know it may not, and it may take 2 years, it may take 5 years. I know it doesn't happen overnight, but I'm going to do what it takes. In that, being honest and saying your specific goals and showing your willingness to do that also gives credibility. And that's what you need to sell your opportunity. And when you network, is having credibility somehow. And you can do this if you've just started the business today, if you've just been in the business, for a few months, and maybe you haven't taken off like you would like, because I didn't, y'all. What I've learned is sometimes in network marketing, people can come from one thing to one thing, and maybe they have followings, and I didn't. But what I do know is I've been networking my entire life. So I've been networking and meeting people my entire life. So I've kind of used that. And so you use that. Use goals that you've had. Use your successes in the past to put, some power behind why people want to get in on this opportunity, because you've been through some stuff, right? And you have some goals, and you're confident that this company that you're in, this business that you're doing, is going to help you reach those goals, right? Right? So that's what I'm saying. So then there's a couple other things I'm going to touch on really quick. Hey, everyone that's jumping on. I appreciate you jumping on. So another thing is a lot of people want to ask about money. So how much money are you making? How much money are you making? And here's the thing, if you are serious about your business, you should know that most businesses, you don't really, I think I read somewhere 3 years before people actually start making a profit. So, and that's real business, because a lot of people, you have to invest and stuff. So say you've been doing it for 6 months and you've made maybe $150, 6 months, because you've been reinvesting in stuff. I would say, you know, most businesses, you really don't turn a profit for 3 years. And, you know, I actually have turned a profit already. So I feel, you know, I'm happy with the way things are going. That's how I would answer that question. Because I have people that ask that a lot. They're like, well, I'm not making any money right now. Like, that's what you say. Like, you're doing better than most people, right? Most people have invested like tens of thousands and took out loans with collateral, like very low risk. So, yes, in any success, anything is something you share, okay? Like, it doesn't have to be like huge. Like, share your small, like what seems small to you successes. I remember, like, it just, you know, when I enrolled my first person, when I, you know, met my organization minimum sales goal for that month, celebrate that. And if you have someone on your team, celebrate them. You know, any success is a success, whether it's, you know, on the scale small or big. Seriously. So there's a couple, we'll just do the breakdown real quick. And don't forget, I'm going to post the replay so you can share this for people. 3 things if you, you know, you feel like you haven't had success yet, but you want to promote your business. You want to be able to share your leader stories or other leaders and stories organization, leverage their success. You want to think about times in your life where you've been successful and share those. And at the end all be all, be honest and open with your goals and be consistent. And that's how you do it, y'all. I really hope this helped. Again, thanks for jumping on this Saturday. Sometimes I have things on my mind and I'm telling my husband, I'm like, yo, you got to get the kids to the basement because I got to jump on and share this stuff to my people. So I hope you guys have a great weekend and I will see you soon. Bye.